All right, hello, hello. Test. All right, it shows my mic is working. All right, got two of you. Hi, guys, can you hear me now? Let me know if the audio is fixed. Test, test. Hello. Gotcha. You can hear me? Okay, good. Hopefully, some of those others rejoin. I lost a few people in the process. Let's go ahead back to those leg swings. All right, good, good. So, going back and let's get your leg swings going. Try to kick your opposite hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in. Let's go 10 more repetitions. Other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching down towards your toes. Feel free to wiggle around a little bit down there. Whatever feels good for you, reach back overhead. Forward fold again, all the way down to the floor. If you've got a little bend to your knees, that's okay. Back up, reach. And let's go one more of those. Down to the floor. This time let's squat at the bottom. Let's try to hold the deepest squat you can hold here. And just sink it down. You can use your legs for a little assistance. You can use your hands on the floor. Move your shoulders around side to side. See if we can stay in that position to reach one arm up. Other arm up. Let's go a couple more out of each of those. If that's a little challenging for you, grab a seat on something and do the same thing. Reach up and back. And then the other side up and back. All right. Let's go for some jacks. And feel free to add a little variation here again. Out to the sides. Today we'll be working on some strength for the first half. And then the second half, we'll add some flexibility in there for you. I haven't tried that out yet. So hopefully you've been doing some stretches and flexibility stuff on your own. But if not, I'll give you some ideas today of some things you can do, especially if you're seated at a desk or if you find yourself on the couch a lot, or maybe even if you tried some more running or biking, something that you may not be used to. All right, Carol's here, Sarah and Kent, Cassell and Jason. Nice, thanks for joining, guys. Okay, in case you missed my first one, I had to switch feeds, something messed up there, but I need a mat, a couple small weights, and then if you have a stability ball, let's grab one of those, and if you have a foam roller, let's grab one of those too. All right, so let's start you out with a pull over to a sit-up. So find a weight. I'm gonna go down to the floor. On this one, we'll start with your knees bent. Get that out of here. Yeah. All right, our weight's gonna be over your shoulders or chest. And from this position, we're gonna pull that overhead, back over your chest, and then as we sit up, we wanna keep your weight over your shoulders. Try not to have it out here in front of you. So up overhead. We're gonna slowly lower, back to your pullover, and then all the way up. 1, 2, let's see if we can go for 10 of these. 3, try to slowly control yourself on the lower phase. 4, and almost think about hitting one vertebrae at a time. 5, 6, let's go 4 more repetitions with control on the way down. 4, 3, 2, last one. And back up, you can drop your weight off to the side. Nice job. Next step, let's go ahead and grab just a forward position on the floor. And if you don't know what a downward dog is, we've got our feet out away from you about shoulder width apart. I'm trying to lift my hips, and I'm trying to push my heels to the floor. From this position, I want to see if you can reach back and with your right hand, grab your left foot. We're going to lower back to a high push-up position, and then do your left hand to your right foot, and then back. That's an 2 reps for right hand to left foot, and back down, left hand towards your right foot, and back down. If that's a little challenging, just kind of reach towards that leg, and bring it down, and reach towards your other leg, and then bring it down. Let's keep those going. A few more repetitions. 6. Let's see if we can make it to 10. 7. So you should be feeling a combination of your shoulders and core and upper body working to stabilize you, and a stretch in your hamstrings as we near the back of that repetition. One more each side. One left. And let's take a little break there. Shake your arms out a bit. Give them a little rest, and we're going for a Superman. So a Superman is on your belly. There's a couple different variations here. I'm going to start with the lowest intensity hands behind me, and I'm going to lift my feet, hands, head, shoulders, everything off the floor as high as I can lift, and then lower back to that relaxed position. The next step would be hands underneath your chin, and we'll lift here. We've got a little more resistance this way, and then finally hands out in front of you. 3, 4. If you can't get very high, that's okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, 5 more repetitions out of you. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last. And get a little breather. Often when people do core exercises, they work a lot of the front and a lot of the sides, and they'll neglect the positions in the low back. So make sure if you're getting a lot of sit-ups or planks or crunches in there, you're also getting a little low back. And with a good stretch after those few exercises would be some cat-cows. So arch up and then sag down from a tabletop position. Keep working there. We're going to go back over to that pull-up sit-up. Just check the comments. Everybody's looking good. Okay. So let's find your weight again. Going down to the floor. Weight's going to be over your shoulders or chest. We're going to reach overhead. Try to keep your belly in tight, and as you reach overhead, try not to let your low back pull off the floor. So we're squeezing your stomach down towards the ground. 2. Now we're going 10 repetitions here with control on that lowering phase. 3. If you're looking for a little added intensity, kick your legs out in front of you. We'll see if we can go with a little higher intensity. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a little tricky on the bounce. 9. Getting it figured out. And there's my 10 in. Nice job. All the way back overhead. Sit around plank to a downward dog. Let me change my angle a little bit. I'm going to bring myself in a little bit closer where you can see me just a little better here. A little better here. All right. So from the top of a push-up position, I've got my feet shoulder width apart. My hips are high in the air. I'm going to reach my right hand towards my left foot and then bring it back down to that high plank position at the bottom. Reach up, left hand to right foot. 2, 3. Try to feel a stretch on every repetition. 4, 5, 6, 7. If that's a little challenging, just lift up, hold that position for a second. 8, and then bring it back down. Lift up, hold, and then back down. Let's go a few more repetitions here. I'm about 10 reps in. Let's do 4 more, 2 more each side. 4, 3, 2. We'll be facing the ground, hands to the side, lifting up and back. So we're all the way down to your belly, hands behind you, lift, hold, and then slowly lower. Lift, hold, and then lower. If you're looking for that higher intensity, hands under your chin or out in front of you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go 5 more repetitions. 10. You got it. Sit back over your feet. Give your body a little bit of a break there. And this should feel good on your low back area. My dog thinks I'm an intruder. All right, come back in. Can you take it back? And I'm going to have you do a couple exercises standing. So let's do a rear delt fly, which is, I've got a 10-pound weight. Notice I've got a nice flat back. I'm trying to rear delt fly, which is way out to the side, and then slowly controlling that back down. So from a front view, out to the side, and slowly lower. Pull up. We'll call that 2, 3. Let's see if you can get to 15 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll go back to side view. Nice flat back. Try to exaggerate your flat back position. 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2. Have you roll out. Lift your hips into a bridge. Arms over your chest and shoulders. Keep a little bend of your elbow. It's basically the opposite motion of what we were just doing there. So down to the side and then pull up. If you're down on the ground, go all the way to where your elbows hit the floor and then lift back to the center. If I look at you from the front, those weights should be aligned over the front of your chest, and make sure you're not too high over your head. I don't want to do a fly up here. Bring it down over my chest. Let's go for about 10 more repetitions. Try to get a little stretch at the bottom. 10, 9. If you're up on a ball, try to squeeze your glutes. 8. And keep your body in the straight line from your shoulders to your knees. 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right, then work your way back up. And I'll have you use the mat for one more exercise or down to the floor on the carpet. We're going for some rotations from a side plank. So, or if you prefer the hand, we can do that same motion. Reach under and then pull up top. Your feet can either be stacked, which is the most challenging, or if you want to stagger your feet, one foot in front of the other, that gives you a little more stability, but still gets the same benefit out of the exercise here for your core. Let's see if we can go up to 12. 6, 7. Take the rotation kind of slow. 8. That way you're not using momentum and swinging backwards. 9, 10 in. How about 2 more? 11. And there's 12. Feel free to give yourself a little rest. And we'll switch over to the other side. So same thing, you can go from the elbow or the hand, stack or stagger your feet. If this is a little challenging, drop to your bottom knee, and we're doing that same exercise, reaching under and then pulling up. We just have that bottom leg supporting you now. So let's rotate and pull back up top for 1. I'm going all the way to 12 repetitions here. 2. If you can pay attention to the height of your hips, make sure you're not dropping down here and rotating. I want a nice straight line, or even maybe just a little bit higher than that straight line. Let's get about 6 more in there. 1, 2, 3. If you're having the easy time there, stack your feet. I'll make it a bit more challenging. 4, 2 more. 5, and 6. All right, let's give your arms a break. Slowly work your way up. And we're going back to that rear delt fly. So we're bringing those up and then back down. So notice I got a flat spine. I'm going to grab my weights. Feet should be shoulder width or closer. I hinge. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more to go. 5, 4, 3. Try to control those on the lower. 2. Last one. And we can head to the floor. So I'm going to show you from the ground versus the ball with the chest fly. If you've got the ball, roll back out to it. If not, coming down to the floor, same angle, out to the side. And remember, it's over your chest, like your head or neck. 2, go all the way to 15. If you want to add a little core on this one, 3, we're going to pick your feet up. 4, make sure your low back is not arching from the ground. 5, 6, 7. If you want to make it a little tougher, drop one of those legs as you drop the weights. 8, 9, 10, looking good. 11, 12, let's go 3 more. 13, 14, last one. And 15. All right. Next up is that side plank. So I'm going to go from the elbow this second round and do a modified version for the first couple repetitions. Try to straighten both legs all the way out if you can. So from modified, reach underneath, lift back to the top. Under, and then back up. Keep those going. 12. Let's see when you match the numbers from the first round. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go 2 more with control. 11 and 12. Good. Break. Let's go 1 more on these side planks, then we'll get a little drink. Hand underneath of you. Staggered or stacked feet. Hand up to start. Reach under. Pull up. 1. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Shake your arms out. Let's go. Let's see. All right, I've got a few more exercises, and then I'm going to lead you into some stretching here in a few minutes. So the next couple, I'm going to have you use your dumbbells for a couple exercises up on your feet. So I'm going to raise my camera view just a little, where you can see me a little better. And we've got, let's go for some of your heavier weights if you have them. I've got 2 10-pound weights, and I'm going to do an alternating arm thruster here. So if I step back, I'm going to squat just a little and power that one arm up. So there's the right side, left side, right side, and we're going all the way to 20. Now we're going to be 10 aside. 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep working out. Give you side view. 8, 9, 10. How about 10 more repetitions? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost there, 18, 19, and there's my 20. Next step, I'm going for a renegade row. So those of you who have done these before in the past, try to find a surface that's not slick. As you know, they can slip or slide just a little here. So find a surface that the dumbbell will grip on. We're starting from a high plank position. You can also start from your knees if you need to modify this one. So from here, feet are shoulder width or wider. I'm going to pull and alternate side for side. I'm at 3, 8, 9, 10. Let's go 10 more reps. 10, 9, 8, 7. If you don't have weights, just reach up and pull on your back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice work. All right, we'll slowly work your way back up. And my next exercise is an alternating dumbbell curl. I'm going to go a little heavier. What do we got here? 20s. All right, so we're alternating one at a time. Notice I rotate my weight. I start with it in close to my side. I'm doing a quarter rotation to get to the top. Let's go ahead and start on one arm. 1. Let's go 10 aside. 2. Make sure that as we do this, that we're not swinging your weights. Your body's locked in place. 4, 5, 6. Also, you can view yourself from the front, or if let's go 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7. Last one. You got it. All right. Whew. Let's give you a minute. Shake your arms out a little. March it around. And we're going back to the alternating arm thruster. That's where we squat, push those weights overhead. If you need a little stretch for your arms right now, if they're feeling fatigued, take your time to do it. I'll see if I can go 20s on this one. As we get overhead, make sure your belly stays in tight. 5. I don't want to see you arching. I don't want to see that to get it. 6. Make sure we're upright. 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I'm burning it halfway. Let's see if we've got 10 more. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my weights. Just go hands on the floor, and we're trying to squeeze up and back from a plank position. I'll go from a frontal view. See if you can see me here. I think so. Get that out of my way. Okay. Feet shoulder width apart. Ready. Roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See if you can make 20 again. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. Whew. All right. All right, we got one more round on an alternating curl. Let's see if your biceps have anything left here. 4, 7, all the way to 20. Who can make it? 8. If you have a band, the weight, 10. Or those water jugs we've been using the last week or 2. 9, 10. Keep on rolling. 10 more repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. There's my 20. Good work, crew. All right, breather. I'm going to start moving into some flexibility for you guys. So let's get a mat. Let's position that. Go back where you can see me again. Okay. You know how that angle works for you. All right. So let's start off with a pigeon pose, which is from the front. If I started off with my hands out wide like a push-up, I'm going to tuck one leg underneath and start working my body backwards. So from a side view, that one leg is under, I'm going to work my body back a bit and try to get both hips down towards the floor. If you want to lay forward, and then Carol, if this is bothering your knee, we can go right here, just cross it across your other leg and pull that knee towards you. We should get the same muscle groups right out here, at the outside of your hip, your glute, stretch. Go. My shirt where you can see me. And again, if you want to go upright, back off just a little bit, or you can even roll your hip towards the floor. That'll put less stress on your knee and ankle. By squaring your hips up, that puts a little more stress on your knee. These muscles here get a little, or even some activities like cycling will get you tight hip flexors. So we're going to start off with that knee on the floor. We're going to stride your other foot a good distance out in front of you. So I don't want to have it too tucked in, or I'm going to be kind of stressing this leg to hold my stretch. So I've got that out in front of me. I'm going to think about moving your body forward. And if you're doing this one right, we should feel from the front of your hip down about halfway or 3/4 of the way down your thigh on that leg that's underneath of you. This could be a little tricky for balance. So if you want to hold on to something for support, that's okay. Let's keep on holding that one side here. Fit. Let's see. Stable. All right, a little glitch there when we first started. Keep on holding. All right, slowly relax out of that side. But stay where we're at and keep your left foot in front of you, or whatever leg's up there. And we're going to sit back and do a hamstring stretch. So if I lift this arm, you can see, and we're going to hold this position for your hamstring for a second. There we go, good. Keep on around that joint. So one of the reasons so many people like pull hamstrings, for example, is often these are tight and weak. So I'm spilling water out of the back of my bowl first, and then I'm driving forward into my stretch. You use something for balance if you need. And we should feel that by the foot in front of you. If you need to readjust a little, that's okay. We're going to hinge back at the waist. Point your toe up towards your shin. You can use your hands on your leg or on the floor for assistance. And we should feel the back of this leg getting a stretch in your hamstrings, your calf. Hold this for another 30 to 60 seconds. I've noticed that guys often are a lot more tight in their hamstrings than women are for whatever reason. I mean, guys' flexibility is just poor in general compared to women. But I think it's the activities that we perform, like we do a lot of squats and lunging and jumping without stretching. So if you've ever gone to a yoga class, notice how many men versus women are in there. All right, we're going to go to a kneeling adductor stretch. So let's hit the inner thighs. I'm going to keep one leg on the floor. I'm going to step the other foot out to the side. Notice that my toe is pointing straight in front of me, and I'm not letting it angle up here. If I angle it up, I'm hitting the same muscle groups we just did. So rolling it forward to get the inner thigh on that leg that's extended out. So try to find a little place to support yourself, and we're trying to drive your body towards the leg that's supporting you. And we should feel the inner thigh, the leg that's striding out. You can flow from one exercise right to the next. Let's switch legs. Get my toes forward. Make sure your toes not up in the air, out in front of you. Support yourself with both hands, this knee. We're holding steady in place, trying to get a stretch for the inner thigh on that leg that's out to the side. All right, so these are a couple good ones for like the hip flexors. You did a lot. This is one you should be doing. Low back kind of driving towards the floor as you relax. If you lift your chin, you may get a little more stretch into your abdomen on this one. If that's a little uncomfortable for you, you can do this in repetition. So you can lower down, give yourself a break, push up, hold 5 to 10 seconds, and then do that same process. You can turn it into repetitions here if that feels a little tough. To complement that one, we're going back into the downward dog, and we've already done that during this exercise. But just to refresh you, Feet are shoulder width. I'm trying to straighten my knees. I'm pushing my heels towards the floor, even if I can't get them there. And I'm lifting my hips upward in the air. From there, I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest. And try to feel the muscles along the back side of my body, all the way from my heels up to my hips, getting a stretch. If we need to modify this, find a countertop or something that you can hold on to, the back of a couch. We can do that same motion. So hold on, and we're just hinging here in this position. And we should feel those same areas getting a pull. All right, bring it back down to your knees. I'm going to have us do a little stretch for the lower back and outside of the hip. So I'm going to start with laying this direction where you can see my form. I'm going to lay back. I'm going to pull my right knee up. I'm going to use my left hand to assist in pulling it across my body. I want both shoulders. I should feel a combination of my hip out here. I should feel maybe a little low back and maybe a little bit my shoulder and chest on this side if you're tight there. I'm going to go to the side view. Keep on holding that stretch. Glute. Slow, steady breathing. Every exhale is just a little bit further into that stretch. You never want to stretch without getting a stretch there. You can also rotate around to that side. Let's see. I was having connection issues. Let's see. I've got strong signal here at least. There was one moment, Sarah, where it kicked me off for just like 5 seconds. I'll go back to that pretzel stretch. And we're holding here. Give my computer more bandwidth. Let's switch. Right leg tucked under. Issues. I hope it's not on my end. Could be. If you can use a wall or something to support yourself, sometimes that's better for people on the balance. We're pulling that leg in, tilting your hips underneath, and we should feel a nice stretch, or maybe a not so nice stretch for a lot of you, in your quad and hip flexor group. Well, maybe if it freezes or pauses, it'll be on my pose. There we go. Keep on going, slowly lift into your stretch. All right, I'm going to switch over. Keep on holding, okay. And I'm going to go, we've done a hamstring stretch from this position. I'm just going to bring us up a little bit higher on the next one. Straighten out that front leg here as best I can. All right, slowly bring it up. The next one, let's go into a deep squat position. I'm going to have you use your elbows to pry your knees out to the side. So from here, I'm going to squat, drive out, and you can support yourself with your hands here. You should feel your inner thighs getting another pull here. If this one's a little tough for you, one thing you could do would be to grab a seat, have something support you from behind, pull your knees in, and then drive those knees down to the side to get that same stretch. All right, from a seated position, or you can bring it up to a standing spot. Let's go for one arm behind your back, the other arm assisted. So from the back, I'm going to reach here and then use my other arm to pull down to get a stretch through my triceps. Take a little break from that side and same stretch on the other, reaching to the middle of your back. Pull that elbow down and across. So I think for Friday's workout, what I'm going to do is try moving into my house a little closer to my router. Next one, we'll go hands behind you. Let's start by rolling your shoulders backwards and bringing your chest up high. If you can lift the hands out in front of you or behind you, try to lift just a bit. We should feel the front of your shoulders, the big muscles through your chest getting a nice pull. All right, so the sequence that I want you to try to perform on a daily basis would be a sun salutation. Some of you guys know what this is already, but I'll demonstrate just a second. I had something pop up there, okay. All right, so sun salutation. We're going to start off towards the front of your mat. Feet close together, reaching overhead. We're going to fold towards the floor. I'm going to have my other foot join that foot. I lower down into the press up that we performed a while ago. And we did a downward dog. We'll go from the press up back to the downward dog. And then slowly bring it back up to the top. So I'm going to go through this cycle 2 more times. Let's bring it up a little bit where you can see me. Okay. So I'm going to go overhead. I'm going to fold to the floor. Set my right foot back to a deep lunge. For example, you go down, right foot back to a lunge. Feet together, lower, push up, sink back into a downward dog. Step my right foot forward, deep lunge, step together, and then all the way overhead. Good. So I'll show you from the front. One more cycle through that. There's variations on this. So if you like to add your own little twist, that's fine. Overhead. Fold to the floor. Step my right foot back to a deep lunge. Left foot back. Lower to a prone press up or cobra. Sink back into a down dog. Right foot forward. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. I'll try to still mix it up from time to time. Friday is going to be another cardio workout, so we're going to get your heart rates up and going. And we'll just kind of keep that same structure going. Mondays, a little bit more on the strength side. Wednesday, a mix of flexibility and some other strength training. Maybe some core, like core emphasis and stretching. And then Fridays is going to be cardiovascular, getting the heart rate up, making it a hard class. Thanks for coming. And I'll see what kind of outfit I can find for next time. All right, cheers, guys. Bye.